I would suggest this, that sometimes what people say is the biggest problem, sometimes is masking what the real problem is underneath. And so, certainly, when I've got my business coaching hat on, etc., it would be, okay, here's a whole bunch of questions about where to find them and what you're doing right now, and maybe it can be incrementally improved in everything. Okay, and fine. So here's some low-hanging fruit that can make a difference, and then off they go. But what I would say is that, it becomes so easy, for the smallest entrepreneurs, where do I find my customers, my clients, etc. Larger organizations who say, gee, the sales team is not performing, right? And I think that in those particular cases, it's so easy to blame it on the salespeople. And I think that as leaders, what we need to do is we need to say, well, are there some things that we need to put in place to make sure that they actually can be successful finding those clients? So I'm going to suggest that there's 5 things. How's that for top of my head? Number one, you've got to make sure that what you do is actually differentiated. What is it that you do differently than anybody else? Is it, yeah, of course we're the smartest and everything. No, no, no. How's that? How's your brand? Right? Do you have any IP? How about your technology? How about your people? How much are you investing in your people? All of those things. Why are you different? Right? That's number one. Number two is what I call the relevance test. And that's the question that many prospects will think through. And what we sometimes forget about is, you know, people who are our prospective buyers, they don't care about us. They care about how we can solve their problem, right? So it's not just a question of, gee, we're differentiated. We can solve the problem, but why is it relevant to me? Is it my problem? Okay. Sometimes we talk about product market fit, and there isn't product market fit. What I'm going through right now is what I call the product market fit ladder. First, differentiation. Second, relevance. The third is relationship. There's an expression, you only buy, prospects will only buy from their friends. There has to be a relationship first. So is their relationship. Number four is their value. Because even if there's a product that does the job, it's relevant, there's a relationship. If the ROI isn't there, if the numbers don't work, they're not going to buy, right? And the fifth part of the ladder is timing, right? Because it could very well be that you're different, you're relevant, your relationship, you've got value, but now is not the time. We're about to go into our last, quarter, last month of the year push, and that's where all of our focus is. Gee, we've just purchased this new system in the next 6 months. We got to focus on that. Gee, we've got a new CEO, executive director, and they just need to make sure the team is right. So we're not going to purchase your stuff right now. We love it. It's great value. We trust you, good relationship. It's relevant, okay, but now is not the time. It's not a no, it's just not yet. So this product market fit ladder, if we sort of have each one of these steps in place, then the question of where do we find our clients, where are our prospects, becomes a vastly more relevant. Because you could say when you're doing that business development job, okay, what are my discovery questions? When I'm meeting somebody, what am I asking them? Okay, when I'm trying to understand about their problem, excuse me, the questions that you ask will be very different if you follow the product market fit ladder compared to if you don't, right? During the discovery, you could quickly determine, okay, is this a good fit? Is this not a good fit for us? Okay, should we do what I call drip marketing, nurture marketing? Because what happens if they say timing is not right, it's not now? Well, listen, it's a good fit. They are somebody that will buy. Okay, so what can you do to keep in touch with them on a periodic basis? Once every 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, you've got to figure out what the right cadence is for any particular one. Okay. And if it's not a good fit, if it's not a question of timing, what can you do on the value side? If it's not value, what can you do to build the relationship? If it's not a relationship, how do you discover more early whether there's relevance, right? And so on. So that's a great question, right? And this heavy lifting is something that management, the leadership does, not the sales team or the biz dev person, etc. If you get this stuff right, the product market fit ladder right, then it becomes a million times easier to identify and to sell and to find them. More on finding if you want more. So.